250 Venezuelans tossed into a brutal prison. Gangsters or innocent victims of Trump deportation blitz. Namaskar everyone, this is Samaksh Namdev and you are watching Free Press Journal. Alien Enemies Act, a rarely used 1798 law to deport approximately 250 Venezuelan men to El Salvador. "250 Venezuelans tossed into a brutal prison. Are they gangsters or innocent victims of Trump's deportation blitz?" Tonight, we are diving into a controversial chapter in US immigration policy under the Trump administration. This story involves a high-stakes prisoner swap, allegations of gang affiliation, and questions about the process. Let's break it down. Let's start with the timeline. In March 2025, the Trump administration invoked the Alien Enemies Act, a rarely used 1798 law to deport approximately 250 Venezuelan men to El Salvador prison. The administration claimed these men were members of the Tren de Aragua gang, a Venezuelan criminal organization. They were sent to the Terrorism Confinement Center or CECOT, a maximum security prison in El Salvador, known for its harsh condition. But many of these men, their families and lawyers insist that they had no gang ties and were caught up in a broad immigration crackdown. The deportation sparked immediate controversy. The Trump administration argued that the men posed a threat, citing tattoos and social media posts as evidence of gang affiliation. However, investigation by CBS News, ProPublica, and others found that at least 75% of the deportees had no criminal record in the US or Venezuela. The use of the Alien Enemies Act, a wartime law, allowed the administration to bypass standard deportation procedures, raising legal concern. A federal judge ordered the deportations halted, but the planes were already in the air. The situation took a dramatic turn in July 2025. El Salvador's President Nayib Bukele, a Trump ally, announced a prisoner swap. The 252 Venezuelan migrants held in CECOT were returned to Venezuela in exchange of 10 American citizens and permanent residents detained by the Venezuela government. The deal also included the release of some Venezuelan political prisoners. This complex three-country arrangement was hailed as a diplomatic win by some, but it left lingering questions. The prisoner swap resolved one crisis, but raised new questions. The ACLU is pushing for the US government to explain whether it allowed deportees with active asylum cases to return to the US. Meanwhile, critics argue the operation was a political maneuver to fulfill campaign promises, with little regard for the human cost. Posts on X reflect mixed sentiments. Some celebrate the return of American detainees, while others condemn the treatment of the Venezuelan migrants. So what are the key takeaways? First, the use of the Alien Enemies Act allowed the Trump administration to deport migrants without due process, a move that clashed with a federal judge's order. Second, the conditions in CECOT and the lack of evidence against many deportees have fueled accusations of human rights Finally, the prisoner swap brought the Venezuelans home but leaves unresolved legal and ethical questions about US immigration policy. It underscores the complexities of immigration enforcement and international diplomacy. As the debate continues, the human toll, families separated, life disrupted, remain at the forefront. This is Samaksh Namdev, signing off with a reminder to stay always safe. Thank you for watching.